December 6, 1941. Darkness has settled over the U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor. Thousands of sailors and soldiers are returning from shore leave, unaware of the attack that is about to be launched against them. Welcome to a special edition of National Geographic Channel Presents. I'm Tom Brokaw. That terrible day that we call Pearl Harbor happened 60 years ago. You might think that time has healed all the wounds, that the shock has worn off, that historians have told us all the stories there are to tell. That's not true. Pearl Harbor was so unexpected, so brutal, so chaotic, that we're still struggling to understand all that happened that day. Undersea explorer Robert Ballard wants to fill in some of the gaps. He's on the trail of a secret Japanese weapon, a flotilla of midget submarines that were trying to penetrate Pearl Harbor before the attack. This, then, is a story of secrecy and treachery, of Japanese warriors preparing to die for their country, of Americans completely unprepared for a day that would change their lives forever.
Well, moving on to other news, U.S. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta has arrived in Beijing to start his first visit to China. It comes right after his visit to Japan, where he met with senior Japanese officials in Tokyo. The U.S. and Japan are said to have agreed on deploying a new defense system. They also discussed the relocation of the Marine Air Base in Okinawa and tensions between China and Japan. Terence Terashima brings us this report.
U.S. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta arrived in Japan with two key agendas to discuss with senior Japanese government officials. Completions of realignment of U.S. forces in Japan and strengthening defense capabilities was high on his interest. Relocation plans of the Futema Marine Air Base in Okinawa has been stalled for over 2 years, and planned deployment of the new tilt-rotor MB-22 Osprey have also faced strong protest in Japan. Tokyo and Washington have reaffirmed the Osprey deployment as soon as safety concerns are addressed. The U.S. and Japanese defense chiefs said they have also agreed to put a second defense system in Japan, increasing regional defense capabilities against missile threats.
The U.S. and Japan are currently discussing the future deployment. To make it clear, this is for Japan's defense as well as for protecting the U.S. military's regional deployment and the U.S. mainland, in particular from North Korea ballistic missile threats.
日本西部方面队第15旅和普通科联队等的约40名陆上自卫队队员将参加该次演习。演习内容包括登陆舰和直升机登岛作战、敌军部队的袭击和对非战斗人员的救助等。 日本陆上自卫队已与美海军陆战队第3远征军和第1远征军多次实施联合军演，但实际上将岛屿当作演习场所的演习尚属首次。报道称，这次联合演习是第3远征军在香港保钓人士15号登陆钓鱼岛前提议的。日本防卫省的官方表态是，这次演习不针对任何特定国家。但一位防卫省官员则指出，事实上，演习明显设定了夺回被中国军队攻占的钓鱼岛的情形。东方卫视编辑报道。
这次联合军演，日方派出40名陆上自卫队队员参加，他们隶属于驻扎在那霸市的、主要负责岛屿防御的西部方面队第15旅和驻扎在长崎县佐世保市的普通科联队。美方则派出了司令部设在冲绳的美军陆战队第3远征军参加。军演内容包括利用登陆舰、直升机、船舶等从海空登陆，袭击敌方部队和对非战斗人员的救助等。演习区域包括从冲绳至北马里亚纳群岛天宁岛之间的海域，以及关岛和天宁岛。此前，日本陆上自卫队已经与美国海军陆战队第3远征军和第1远征军多次进行过联合军演，但真正将岛屿当作演习场所还是第一次。日本防卫省官员对此表示，岛屿有其独特的地形，这将成为更符合实战情况的演习。日美两国政府今年4月在签署有关驻日美军重组的联合文件时，就提出加强动态防卫合作，确定扩大日美联合演习。这次演习将成为达成共识以后的第一个实例。